Welcome to my $4 million penthouse in Victory Park, Dallas. Now, I moved in here about 9 months ago, and I realized I haven't actually given you guys a tour on my penthouse, where I live, exactly what went down when I secured this place, and why I'm justifying paying $15,000 a month in rent rather than buying a house. So let's take a quick tour and show you what it looks like. So a lot of you know I live in the Victory building in Victory Park, Dallas, located right in front of the American Airlines Arena. Just last night, I went to go see the Mavs versus the Lakers. It was literally a quick 10-second walk just to go and watch the game. So that's one of the benefits of living in this building. Now, this is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, $15,500 a month penthouse. That's around 2,800 square feet. We're looking at all of their penthouses in Uptown, Highland Park, Victory Park, and even downtown Dallas. It came down to a few key important things. Number one being, I really wanted valet parking. Number two is I really wanted a nice view, and I love the view from here at night. It's beautiful. And number three, square footage. A lot of the other apartments are a lot smaller in square footage, anywhere from 18 to 2,200. With this penthouse, I'm getting 2,800 square feet for $15,000 a month. Now, I'm not going to show you all the bedrooms. I'm just going to be showing you guys the living room, the kitchen, and my office space. But let's get started in the kitchen. So I quit drinking drip coffee a long time ago. I only exclusively drink now from the Breville machine. It's amazing. Everybody has them. It's not that expensive. Next over here is all my supplements. Right now, I'm only taking L-carnitine, some creatine, some amino energies, and those are the only supplements I'm really taking. I take some magnesium, some vitamin D, some omega-3s, and all that right here is in my supplement and medicine cabinet. Now, as we go on to the rest of the kitchen, we have a juicer. I don't really use it, my wife does. That tea kettle pot, I don't use it at all, my wife does. Blender, protein shakes, that's pretty much the only thing it's pretty much good for. Fridge, what I really liked about this penthouse was the fridge was actually built into the actual cabinetry, which I didn't see at the other penthouses that I was touring. And I also like to stack 2 ovens right on top of each other, built next to the fridge. I love that part. Now, this little mini fridge underneath me is specifically for wine. As you guys know, I don't drink alcohol. There's only 2 drinks that's used for. It's on my Celsius. I have my Celsius stocked at all times, and my sparkling water. If I'm ever in the mood to go grind, I literally chug one of these at the same time, and I'm wired for the next 10 hours. Sparkling water, Celsius, amazing combination. Now let's go to the living room, where are the places that I love spending most of my time. As you can see, there's a lot of baby stuff now. I just had a daughter, she's about 7 months old. So there's a lot of baby stuff pretty much everywhere now in the living room. Over here, we have an Xbox. As you guys know, I don't play video games, but my 7-month-old daughter loves playing video games. So I got her a nice pair of Astro headsets, an Xbox Elite controller, so that when she plays Fortnite or Modern Warfare 3, she has the best of everything and making sure that she can win. Like I said, I don't play video games, but my 7-month daughter, she does. Now, this couch over here, my wife and I had a big discussion about it. Do we spend $6,000, $7,000 on a cloud couch, or go with our usual IKEA $1,000 couch? And I have to say, I'm glad she won that argument, because this is the best couch I've ever sat on in my entire life. I can't even tell you how many times I fell asleep on here and broke my back the very next morning. It is the most comfiest couch you'll ever sit on. It is worth the $6,000, $7,000 price range for a cloud couch from whether it's Restoration Hardware or Crate & Barrel. Now I'm taking you guys outside to my beautiful balcony area. What I love about this area, especially in the fall and the spring, is the weather up here, especially when I'm grilling. This barbecue machine is linked to the building, free gasoline, cook as much as I want. Burgers, lamb, chicken, meat, steaks, everything you can think of, I'm cooking, I'm grilling 3, 4, 5 times a week sometimes. I'll come out here, sit down, have a nice bottle of San Pellegrino, some Celsius, enjoy my life, enjoy the weather, enjoy my burgers, enjoy my steaks, and it's amazing. What can I say? So now I'm going to show you guys my office. So my office has to be a separate bedroom all by itself. No noise, no interruptions, no baby screaming, no nothing. And my office is a place where I genuinely sit down for a few hours and can crank out millions of dollars worth of value. So this is my office. The entire bedroom is solely dedicated to just me. This is where my desk is. I have a nice big autonomous AI desk, 2 Apple Mac Studio monitors, and all my lighting equipment, camera equipment, everything you can think of under the sun. MacBook connects to both these monitors. Got my keyboard, mouse. I'm ready to go. 6, 7 hours if I need to, plugged in. And I have a beautiful, nice view right next to me. That way it's not dark and dingy and depressing in here. It's really light, airy, and beautiful to look at, especially during nighttime. I really wish I could show you guys where my wife and I moved to, or why we got married back in 2019. As soon as we came back from a honeymoon, we actually drove to Philadelphia 8 hours with everything in the back of one SUV, found an apartment for $1,000 a month in South Philly off of Snyder and Cantrell, and moved into a 350, maybe 450 square foot tiny little shoebox in the hood of Philadelphia. And I'm telling you, like, if you would have told me back then when we first moved in there to where we're living now, what we're living in, how much I'm paying in rent every month, and my lifestyle now, I would not have believed you, because the biggest problem was my mind. I was too focused on the present and not worrying about the future. I was too focused on, let me make a little bit of money right now, let me try to get a little increase from my job, and now worrying about long term. Can I be doing this forever? Long term, am I going to be a millionaire? Long term, is there any path to making millions of dollars in the certain career that I'm in? There wasn't, and I wasn't happy with it. So I spent the next 2 years dedicating, focusing on learning everything, learning as much as I could, and most importantly, stacking cash, saving every single dollar. Even at that time, when I was making $8,000 a month after tax from my job, and I had a free car, free gas, I was still saving every single dollar. When we would go out, we would go and do free things. We would go visit all the tourist attractions, and we would eat at the cheapest restaurants. We would not spend any money unless we had to. I was saving, after all my expenses, every single month about $6,500, maybe $6,000 every month. And we did that for an entire year straight, some months even more. So at the end of that first year, I had about $60,000 saved, a little bit less, a little bit more. And I used all that money to start the actual Airbnb business. So you got to understand, like, you need cash to do a lot of things, but at the same time, how you make that cash, you got to save it. You do not want to spend every single dollar you make. You're not going to have any money left over to do what you need to do. Now, in my daily life nowadays, what I'm usually doing is a lot of high level stuff in the business. I'm not really dealing anymore with the day-to-day stuff. I'm only dealing with high level decisions, such as growing the business, talking to landlords, making deals happen, and making sure we're expanding, looking at our revenue management. I'm not worrying about the day-to-day tasks. I'm not worried about the day-to-day operations of the business. That stuff, I have a team for it. They handle pretty much everything. My job is to propel the company forward and just make more revenue, secure more deals with new developers, new construction builders, and landlords. So the biggest problem is for a lot of Airbnb hosts, when they first start out, they don't understand the difference between being an owner and being an operator. You as an owner, your job is not to worry about small little things. Your job is to delegate those things and focus on the big picture. That's what separates being an owner versus being an operator. And if you can figure that out early on in your business, you can scale even faster than I did. Because I didn't learn that until I reached almost a 50 to 75 unit mark. Even then, at the 100 and 150 unit mark, there's a new learning curve of things that I had to learn. Now, in terms of my daily life and how I live, I don't really participate or contribute to any of the daily household activities that need to get done, such as laundry, cleaning, cooking. I have no idea what goes on. It just shows up magically ready for me. Laundry, cooking, cleaning, that stuff has nothing to do with me whatsoever. Even 80% to 90% of taking care of my daughter is pretty much all my wife. My wife basically runs the entire show at home. My entire job is to go out there and make millions of dollars. That way we can enjoy and spend it on ourselves. Genuinely, if I had to take my time and count it by the hour, it's literally not worth it for me to actually do any cleaning or do any helping on the house or do any laundry. My time is more valuable working on the business where I can go make $1 million plays because my leverage is much higher now. Now, don't get me wrong, I do help my wife out whenever I can. I am a good husband. I have housekeepers come by once every week. They deep clean the entire house, even cooking, which doesn't feel like it, we'll order takeout, that's not a problem. But generally, all the household duties belong to my wife. Paying bills, invoices, household things, buying groceries, all that stuff, I have no involvement whatsoever because it's not worth the ROI of my time. I just enjoy making money. My wife enjoys handling all those things and just having an unlimited credit card to use for whatever she wants. Now, my lease is ending in a few months, and I have to make a decision. Am I gonna live in Dallas or am I gonna move again? Because for me, I don't like staying in one place for too long, especially when I don't have to. My daughter is only 7 months old. There's no school involved right now. I have maybe 3-4 more years until that happens. So I have a few options, and let me know in the comments which one I should do. Either I can move to the suburbs of Texas, in Dallas, and live in Frisco, Plano, McKinney, one of the nicer suburbs, or I can keep living in Uptown, Highland Park, Victory Park. The third option is I move back to Michigan, live in a really rich suburban, bougie upscale area such as West Bloomfield, Bloomfield Hills. The fourth option that I'm thinking of is move to New York City. I'm thinking of moving to New York because it's always been a dream of mine. Back then I could never afford it, and I don't really have a job, right, that would make me want to live in New York. Now I can live in anywhere in the world that I want. I can live in Dubai, I can live in Europe, I can live in Canada, I can live anywhere. So I'm thinking I might actually spend just 1 year in New York just to say, you know what? I lived in New York. I lived that New York lifestyle. I'm over it. Let's move to the suburbs and have a nice, peaceful life away from the noise. So I'm still deciding whether I'm going to live in New York or not. Problem in New York is just to live in a penthouse like this, it's not $15,000, it's about $30,000. So I have to double my budget from $15,000 a month to $30,000 a month to get a similar sized penthouse in a nice area where it's not dangerous. So am I going to want to spend $30,000 a month on rent for an apartment in New York City? I don't know, probably not. So we'll definitely have to make some adjustments and stay around that $15,000 to $20,000 rent range, the very max. So we'll see where life takes me. Got a few months left. Winter's coming right now. I'm going to be in Dubai for vacation for about a month. I'm going to Turkey, the second part of my hair transplant. I have to go to Miami for a nice Airbnb conference. Got a lot of things going on. But when I'm back in February, March, I have 100 units that I'm going to be furnishing, and I'll be showing you guys behind the scenes of what it looks like to furnish 100 units all across multiple buildings with my whole entire team, and showing you how I rapidly scale this business over the last 2 years. So stay tuned, follow, stick around, and thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Hamza Zafar, where I post a daily life behind the scenes of a real 8-figure Airbnb entrepreneur.